Fam, what's up? Kyle Henderson, BamaInsider.com, coming to you from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, actually at the Westgate Luxury Sky Deck. Come check them out. Westgate, tell them Kyle Henderson sent you. Obviously, no one here today, as it is just Tuesday, but we have player interviews back at BamaInsider.com. Had a chance to hear from Jace McClellan, Darian Dalcourt, Henry Toto. Go check them out, Bama Insider. We also posted 5 players to watch. No surprise, Bryce Young listed after an incredible performance in week 1 against Utah State. Heisman Trophy winner doing his thing from last year, carrying over into this year. Still, in my opinion, it's either him or William Anderson, right? But that's all rat poison. Maybe we title this Rat Poison Talk, okay? I want to talk to you about a couple different things regarding this Alabama and Texas game. But first, I need you to hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe. We appreciate you guys more than you know. When I think about Texas and Alabama, I look at Texas. Alabama is everything Texas wants to be, right? Clearly they have a national audience just like Alabama. But in terms of what they want in terms of a dynasty, the type of coach, the type of players, the type of recruiting, that is why this game is monumental for Texas. Texas is looking for, clearly, a victory, but they're looking for moral victories. I'm telling you. A first down, an early lead somehow, a sack on Bryce Young. Those are going to be things that this program from Texas is going to live off of. I think when you look at the game overall, it's a mismatch. And I know there's a lot of people that want to hype this game up, clearly because of Texas Longhorns, Alabama Crimson Tide. But overall, this Alabama team is a buzzsaw. Whether it was rat poison or whatever, Utah State head football coach, let me update this because I think it's going to go blank on us. What's up? Utah State, I get my monster too. Utah State head football coach Blake Anderson, following the game, said that this is the best team that he's seen put together in 30 years of coaching. Okay, probably has to say that after you lose 55-0, right? Still, the point is this Alabama team is everything that we thought this Alabama team was going to be. You look at the matchups of this particular game, I promise you this is where things are going to be most impactful. It's going to be Texas's offensive line trying to stop William Anderson, Chris Broswell, and Dallas Turner. It's not going to happen. Pause while I take the drink of the monster. I think that's where, honestly, Alabama is certainly going to take advantage of Texas. I do like on the offensive side for Texas. I watched them against Louisiana Monroe. They have some very good offensive components, and I think with Steve Sarkisian, he's creative enough to utilize those guys. Number 0, their tight end, very, very talented. You got Bijan Robinson, and you have the other running back. I think those 2 guys are very explosive. Quinn Ewers, still a rookie in a sense, and I think that he's going to have trouble with Alabama's defense. I'm curious to see if they can at least challenge the secondary. I think that at times against Utah State, even though they were spread out thin, I want to see more from Terrion Arnold if he does get some more opportunities, and some of these other corners as Alabama continues to work to figure out who the best corners are. I think Texas overall has a very good offense, but I think they're going to be outmanned on the offensive line. I think it's going to be that simple. On the defensive side for Texas versus Alabama, can you stop Bryce Young? And I think Nick Saban, when he talks about the RPO, Bryce Young is incredible with the RPO. So it's really difficult. And to stop this Alabama team, especially across the middle of the field, you look to Bryce Young against pressure when he has a clean pocket or when he has time to throw within his pocket. And he's very accurate across the middle of the field, and he doesn't make bad decisions. That's the one thing about Bryce Young that you can't really take from him, is you can't give him too much time, but if you do allow him time, he's going to make you pay because he just has a quick twitch ability to extend plays, and then he gets the ball to his receivers. And I was impressed with the wide receivers, to be honest. I think we all were. Trayshawn Holden, Jermaine Burton, and Kobe Prentice. I think all those guys stood out. Of course, there's going to be more wide receivers. And Camlin, too, practiced on Monday, so we're going to see him going up into this game as expected. That's something that Nick Saban said. I want to hear from you inside the comment box. When you look at Texas versus Alabama, where do you think there could be mismatches? Where do you think that Texas might give Alabama some challenges? I want to hear from you. If you're a Texas fan, let us know where to eat in Austin, Texas. Give us kind of your rundown, breakfast, lunch, barbecue, of course. We want to hear from you inside the comment box. My name is Kyle Henderson at BamaInsider.com. A little bit informal today outside of Bryant-Denny Stadium from the Westgate Luxury Condos. Come check out Westgate. If you can't stay here during the game weekend, very tough to do, you can come up here to the Sky Deck, but you can stay here during non-game day weekends. We appreciate everything from Westgate. Luxury facilities, you can't beat Westgate. Literally, it's like a Will Reichert field goal kick to Bryant-Denny Stadium. My name's Kyle Henderson at BamaInsider.com. We appreciate you guys being with us right here on BamaInsider.com, 76,000 strong. Coming to you from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Kyle Henderson.
What's up, everybody? This is Clint Lamb of Bama Insider. Please get this video to 500 likes and let us know what you think about the Alabama-Texas game coming up on Saturday. So what we're going to be talking about today are the 5 Alabama players that you need to be looking out for or watching on Saturday against Texas. Now, the first player we're going to talk about is linebacker Henry To'oTo'o. And the reason that I think he's so important is because I think Texas is going to try to establish a run game not only early but often for 2 different reasons. Number 1, it'll help keep Alabama's offense off the field. But equally as important, I also think that it can take a lot of pressure off of Quinn Ewers in the passing game. So that's why I think a player like Henry To'oTo'o is so important. Not only is he the field general of your defense and you're going to be playing on the road, but also he's going to be a key factor in slowing down or stopping Bijan Robinson and Roschon Johnson, 2 very impressive running backs. Robinson in particular is a very interesting player. He's got great vision, he can make defenders miss, or he can run with power. On top of being a really good runner, he's also an excellent receiver out of the backfield. There just aren't a whole lot of weaknesses to his game. This is one of the premier running backs in college football. If he's not the best, he's certainly one of the best. And Henry To'oTo'o is going to be key in slowing this guy down. Really, we should be talking about Jalen Moody and Deontay Lawson as well, because those guys on top of Henry To'oTo'o are also going to play an important role in slowing down Jatavian Sanders. Against Louisiana Monroe, this is a guy who led Texas in catches, yards, and he also scored a touchdown. He's a 6'4", 242-pound tight end who can create mismatch problems for Alabama's defense. A lot of people thought that it would actually be Jalil Billingsley who was providing that mismatch problem, but not only is he suspended, but he also might have lost his job to Sanders. He was actually the highest signed recruit for Texas in 2021 as a 5-star prospect who ranked number 12 overall in the country and is the number 1 athlete. With Deontay Lawson's length, I could actually see him playing a little bit more in this game, depending on how Alabama wants to cover a guy like Sanders. You might see some DeMarco Hellams, you might see some Jordan Battle, you'll certainly see some Brian Branch and maybe some Malachi Moore, but if a linebacker ends up covering a tight end, you want it to be a guy who can match not only the size of Sanders, but also the athleticism. The next player on the list is going to be outside linebacker Chris Braswell. And the main thing that I want to see with this guy is how is he deployed after his week 1 usage? Last week, we saw Braswell play a career-high 45 snaps, and he actually looked pretty good. He only had 3 tackles and a forced fumble, but he was a very effective player.